Hello, I'm David Gerard and this is Pivot to AI, coming to you daily. Today, industrial humanoid robots, a product nobody actually wants, except investors. Figure AI is a startup that's doing humanoid robots under the name BotQ. They're going to give the bots an AI operating system called Helix. It's going to be great. Figure talks a huge game. They're going to have 200,000 robots on assembly lines and in homes by 2029. They've raised $1.5 billion, actual money dollars, from investors. Figure founder Brett Adcock has also told his investors that the company's got no revenue and it's got a few dozen robot bodies. Figure claims it's signed BMW, the car maker, as its first major customer. That turns out not to be quite the case. It sounds to me a lot like a paid vendor demo, where Figure paid BMW to let them come into their nice factory. Fortune wrote about this. Quote, "Up until sometime in March, a Figure robot at BMW's South Carolina factory operated only during off hours, practicing picking up and placing parts in the plant's body shop, according to a BMW spokesperson, even though Adcock boasted in February that a fleet of Figure's humanoid robots was already performing end-to-end operations for the car maker. More recently, that same robot work has moved into live production hours, but involves a single Figure robot performing the same limited chore." Unquote. Figure says it's building a factory called BotQ. Figure calls BotQ a high-volume manufacturing facility for humanoid robots. They've put up a pile of videos. The main video on the BotQ page is an industrial machine making a polished black faceplate for a robot. Podcast listeners, all of these videos are linked in the show notes. It's a cool video, but also that's just a piece of plastic. You get that, until the Trump tariffs came in, by calling up someone in Shenzhen and ordering a container. There's a floor plan for the BotQ factory. This really shows that this is all imaginary so far. There's no demarcation for transfers. There's no safety zones. None of that actual real-life factory stuff. It's like a kid drew something they thought looked cool. Here's a very weird sentence on the BotQ page. Quote, "This has ultimately led us to design almost the entire robot from scratch, including the actuators, motors, sensors, battery pack, and electronics." Unquote. They shouldn't have to do any of that. All of that should be off the shelf from suppliers with specific expertise in each of those things. This reads like hype for investors, where Figure tries to sound like doing all that stuff themselves at twice the price is their moat against competitors. There's a 19-second video at the end. It's some guys in safety gear that's never been worn before, and they're looking at a piece of paper. A forklift drives by in the background. There's a shot of a water jet that isn't even fully installed. I've also got here a video of the Figure 02 robot in action at BMW. A lot of this video looks like renderings with wrong lighting, not an actual robot body in action. Then you have what I assume is actually video of the robot shuffling around a BMW car factory extremely slowly. The humanoid robots are jittery and they're painfully slow. And in the background there's normal industrial robots going full tilt. And it's really obvious they picked the absolute best clips from a pile of failures. There's good reasons that factories aren't already full of humanoid robots. It's because the humanoid shape is basically terrible for industrial manufacture. The human shape is an accident of evolution, where apes from Africa, knee troubles and back troubles, and that's with an evolved material like bone. If you were designing a robot, you wouldn't design a humanoid. The human shape is not a designed thing, and it's especially not designed to work efficiently in a factory. If you want an industrial robot, you do what we actually do, which is we set up a robot arm for each job mounted on a frame. Factories are already full of robots and they go fast. BMW easily pumps out a few hundred cars a day of a popular model. Here's another demo. It's two of the robots putting food away. This is a demo of the robot frames, but it's also a demo of the Helix AI operating system driving the robots. I'm assuming that's really Helix and not remote control.
Okay, I'd like to try something new. Even though this is the very first time that you've ever seen these items, I'd like you to use your new Helix AI and try to reason through where you think they belong in the scene, and then work together to put them away. Does that sound good?
This is actually pretty impressive for what it is. The bots are taking spoken orders, and they're picking up the food, and they're gently putting it in the right places. But notice how the robots are handling only very light objects, and they're going super slow. And also, this video was, again, really obviously cobbled together from the best clips they could get. My wife saw this video and said,
"They've put TNA on an Amazon warehouse robot."
This is all shiny demos, but they don't even point in the direction of heading towards a product. That's because this is an investor presentation. It only has to fool greedy and desperate people with too much money. Brett Adcock has two previous startups that successfully exited, and that's two more than almost any of the AI bozos. A track record of success as a founder is extremely attractive to investors. Adcock's previous company was Archer Aviation, which makes electric aircraft. He says it IPO'd, it was actually a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition company, where a shell company gets a stock exchange listing, then the shell merges with your company, and now you're listed. The exit before that was Vettery, a recruitment marketplace which Adcock sold to Adico in 2018. So, I think Figure is a company whose actual product is not humanoid robots, but demos of humanoid robots for sucker investors. And the end goal is to exit with a SPAC. None of this actually has to reach product stage, and there really is not a use case for humanoid robots. Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI. Please do forward this video to just one other person, especially if they've ever gone on about humanoid robots. Pivot lives off your word of mouth. Please do hit like, hit subscribe, leave a podcast review, and you can help fund Pivot's work by putting just $5 into the Patreon linked in the show notes below. Thank you all. See you tomorrow, and bye for now.